There have been many different eras in the fast-paced history of Super Smash Bros. 2. From the nostalgic feel of the IRC days, to the Anthers overtaking in Slack, to the newly formed Discord communities and beyond. From 9B to its patches to the release of Beta. From the first X1 to the 4 seasons of Smash Island, to the farewell chapter in the events of 528 to the cancelling of Super Vanilla Album 4. A lot has happened in our short 4-year span. In that span, we've also had many eras of who the top players were. Kaios reigned supreme for most of 9B before Gax showed up, only to be replaced by Prolific in recent months. However, Beta is nowhere near the full story. As a matter of fact, Beta does not hold home to the run that stemmed the entirety of the community and solidified that era. There have been many uses of the term GOAT, but they are weak uses to the real story. Hey guys, it's Doc, and Lunary is the greatest player of all time. Lunary began playing SSF2 in late 2014, his first tournament being the very first tournament in the late X Tournament series in December 2014. He received 3rd place out of the 14 entrants, which doesn't sound like much, but this was late 2014, early 2015, when the tournament scene for SSF2 was just taking off, as was the very short career of Lunary. Lunary won his next tournament, Smash Island 9, but dropped his 3rd at X2 in a 3-2 win, 3-1 loss to Kaios, taking 2nd. That would be the last tournament that Lunary would not take the 1st place spot until Smash Island 12, a span of 8 consecutive tournaments. After Smash Island 12, Lunary would begin another 1st place streak, this one spanning 11 tournaments. This streak currently stands as the longest streak of 1st place finishes among any one player. As a matter of fact, it's not even close. As far as FCR tournaments are concerned, the 2nd longest streak is Lunary's prior run, but the 3rd longest is Kaios immediately before Lunary retired with 6. Chaos Zero had a 5 tournament run, and the longest Beta run is actually Prolific's hat-trick runs at 3 consecutive apiece, which he has done 3 times. Comparing all of the consecutive runs, 9B and Beta, that's only the 5th longest run. I guess that goes to show how competitive Beta is, to that it's not being completely ruled by 2 or 3 players. Actually, that's not true at all. The FCR is still ruled by 2 people. Lunary's most important runs were at 3 places in his career. At Smash Island 9, where he gained his first tournament win. At Smash Island 9.5, where the 2 SSF2 giants would play in a grand final set for the 2nd time, the result going Lunary's way. And at Smash Island 15, which was his very last tournament. Throughout the entirety of Lunary's short career, he had amassed a record of 122-10 over the course of 22 tournaments. If that's gibberish, that's an average of 1 loss for just a little more than every 12 wins, and that's also 1 loss for just above every 2 tournaments. Now let's compare Lunary's record to a top player in Beta. Prolific's record as of this video is 126-30. However, Prolific has participated in 35 tournaments to achieve this as opposed to Lunary's 22. While the records are similar, Lunary still ices Prolific with the higher win rate. As a matter of fact, the only player's record to shadow Lunary's performance is... Of course, at a very quick glance, you'd say that Kaios is the better player, but let's figure this out. Kaios played in about 3.7 times more tournaments than Lunary has throughout the course of 9B, so let's transpose Lunary's record had he played in as many tournaments as Kaios. This would be his record. While Kaios has more wins than Lunary overall, it took Kaios more tournaments to achieve. Although this is not a bad thing, as Kaios was the first player to achieve 100 set wins, and the only player to achieve 200 and 300 set wins. And if you count Beta, 350 as well. With this record, Kaios may very well be the best, but that is for a different story. Kaios' winning percentage is 71% in Beta, which is less than Lunary's 92% and even less than Prolific's 81%, although Kaios' 9B percentage is 82%. Still, Lunary sits above all other players as possibly the greatest player of all time, even if he hadn't played as much as the others at his skill level. Lunary goes on to finish second on the Flash Collective rankings well behind Kaios, although that was to be expected as Lunary only played a fourth of the tournaments that Kaios played in. By the way, the set record between the two players is 16-5 for Lunary, which makes that as of this video the only time that two players have met in more than 20 sets. In August 2015, Lunary retired, citing a toxic community, pursuing a growing melee scene in Belgium, thanks Hypest, and a hand injury. Which, the latter is kind of ironic because about 7 months ago, top melee player Hax retired from melee for the first time, due to a hand injury.